Hello everyone, and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is should you forgive them or forget them? So this can be about anyone on your mind, a love interest, a coworker, a friend, a family member, but this should be someone that you have been experiencing some tension with. Maybe you've had a fallout with them and you're wondering, should I forgive this person or should I just forget them and move on? There are 4 piles to choose from here, and I suggest selecting your pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 2, chocolate mousse. This has positive energy on it. The reason why I would choose this one is because the last time I went out for dinner at a nice place, we had a chocolate mousse for dessert, and it was really wonderful. So that is why I would choose that. Feel free to pause the video now so you can select your pile. I'll put the timestamps in the description down below, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, discipline, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out if you should forgive or forget the person on your mind. So we're starting off your spread with the Lovers card. And what I'm getting is that for most of you, you are asking about someone that you have been in a romantic situation with. And for a lot of you, this person is a Gemini or has a prominent Gemini placement in their natal chart. So that could be their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. And the reason why I say that is because we have 2 Gemini cards back to back here. The Lovers is a Gemini card, and so is the Knight of Swords. But even if the person on your mind doesn't necessarily have a Gemini placement, they're really embodying that Gemini energy. And this is no shade to Geminis because contrary to most people who like astrology, I am a Gemini apologist. I do love Geminis. But if you know anything about astrology, you know that Geminis are represented by the twins. They're called two-faced because they have this duality. And so I think for a lot of you, you have been very attached to this person romantically. For most of you, like I said, I do think a lot of you are asking about a romantic partner. For some of you, you even saw this person as your soulmate, like you thought this is the person I'm going to be with forever, especially with the Lovers here, which is a soulmate card. But the other side of the Lovers, like the other side of Gemini, there's this one face that you get. The other face of the Lovers is that it can often be about choice, specifically when it comes to love. And so sometimes this card comes up as like a third party situation. So for a lot of you, the person that you're asking about is someone that you have caught having a wandering eye. Maybe you caught them cheating on you. Maybe you caught them messaging people. Maybe you caught them downloading a dating app. Maybe they were, intending to cheat on you, but they hadn't quite yet. And so you're kind of at the point now where you're like, well, I still have a lot of feelings for this person, but obviously I'm upset with them. Can I trust them? That's what I'm really getting from the energy of the viewers of this pile. So again, it doesn't have to be 100% of you are asking about someone that maybe has cheated on you romantically, but for a lot of you, I do feel like this is someone that you are very attached to, that you definitely saw yourself being around or being with for life, who did betray you in some kind of way or pushed you aside for another person or another situation. And so, again, like I said with the Lovers, I do think that there was a lot of love between you and this person. You really cared about them, you really liked them, but you do feel as if maybe they've chosen someone else or another situation over you. And with the Knight of Swords as the next card in the spread, again, I think this represents the person that you're asking about. And a lot of times I see the Knight of Swords come through as my mansplainer card. So even if you're not asking about a man, this is someone who tends to think that they know the best way and are kind of quick to disregard other people's feelings about it. This is someone who can be quite selfish or one-track minded. Like if they want something, they will go after it and they don't really care about who they hurt in the process. In a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, this card is shown by a knight who's riding a horse, and you can tell the horse is like, oh shit, because this guy is going too fast, he's pulling my reins too hard, but the guy doesn't care because he's very focused. And so that's what this person feels like. It feels like when they want something or they want to do something, they do it without really considering your feelings. And I think that's really been the point of contention here, is that you feel like this person does not value your feelings or your emotional well-being in the same way that you value theirs. And so you're wondering, like, is this salvageable? Is it okay? And here's the thing. In the middle of the spread here, we have this Four of Cups. And I really think the person on this card is representing you. The Four of Cups is you being like offered something or you being given a sign and just kind of ignoring it. And so I feel like for a lot of you, even though you know that, this person that you're asking about has not really been considering you or has hurt you a lot emotionally, you're not always like looking at the red flags. And if you look at the body language of these cards, this person is kind of facing toward the right, toward the next card in the spread, which is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups can be a card that's all about nostalgia. And so I feel like for a lot of you, you're like, yeah, this person hurt me, but we've had so many great times together. Like, remember when we were so happy or we were so in love? Remember when they did something really nice for me? It's like you're able to kind of push aside the current pain that you're going through by holding on to the hope that you can rekindle these past experiences. But the truth is, I think this person really relies on you doing that. They want you to feel that way. And that's coming through in the Seven of Swords, which, to clarify, this is a card about betrayal. It just is. So I think that this person intends to keep doing you dirty. And another way that I really see this, if you look at the card, this person in the spread, they got 5 swords in their hand. They're leaving 2 behind. And so it's like while you're reminiscing about the past, they're still going to go out and betray you. The 5 of Swords in tarot is like basically stabbing someone in the back. And so they're taking the 5 of Swords, they're sneaking away and doing the things behind your back that you don't know about, and they're leaving you with this 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is all about refusing to make a move. Like feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, feeling like you don't know which way to go. So they are banking on you, relying on this nostalgia and hoping that they change and hoping that you get a version of them back that was truthfully probably a facade. Maybe they were love bombing you. Maybe this is like, an emotionally abusive relationship in some kind of capacity where you're experiencing like this cycle of abuse. Maybe they do something really terrible to you and then you're like waiting for them to make it up to you. And you think about all those times that they made it up to you and you're like, wow, they were so sweet, but they're really just using that as like leverage so they can still get their supply from you. Does that make sense? They're banking on you, feeling so much empathy towards them or feeling so much compassion, so much love towards them, so that way you feel unable to actually detach while they continue to do whatever they want. And so, I very strongly feel, and I think the universe very strongly feels, that you should forget this person. This person is not gonna work for you. This reminds me, like, okay, when there's like a baby and they're in a high chair and they like to throw their food on the ground just to see what happens, or throw a toy on the ground just to see what happens. And when they throw the toy on the ground, they start crying because they don't have it anymore. But then, their parent, their mom, their babysitter comes and picks it back up and hands it to them. And they're so happy to get it, but they keep throwing it on the ground. They'll cry when it's on the ground, and then they're really happy when they get it. And, you would think like, oh, well, they should just keep it because then they'd be happy the whole time. But they don't get the high of getting it back without that drop first. And so that's what this person is doing to you, basically. They've trained your brain to like, you experience bad behavior from them or mistreatment from them. And then in turn, that you get that high or that like dopamine from when they come back and they apologize and they're really nice to you. So again, I just don't think this is a healthy cycle. I think by romanticizing what this person has done for you, you're keeping yourself stuck. But I think you even coming to this video is a big step, but I definitely do think it's time to forget this person. And that's also coming through in the pile marker that you selected. So this is peanut brittle chocolate discipline. On the back of this card, it says, Remain focused, maintain concentration, pay attention. You are assertive and confident. You are soon to enjoy the benefits of the self-control and your newfound focus. Develop self-mastery. Forge ahead and keep doing what you know best. Discipline is needed at this time. I am disciplined, loyal, and centered. I stand in my power with assertion and confidence. And so to me, this is like a message from the universe saying, I know it's easy to feel like you can forgive them or maybe they'll really change this time, but you really got to stay disciplined and stay focused and be really confident in yourself and knowing what you need and what you deserve. It's definitely time to forget this person. And that's also reflected in the tea leaf fortune cards we pulled. The first one is Wheel, which says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And so this is what that person's banking on. Like I said, they're leaving those 2 swords behind because they want you to be stuck in the 2 of swords, not sure what to do, not sure what decision to make energy. So that way they continue to have access to you, but also get to do whatever they want. Because they're like, well, this person's not going to leave me, so I can still do whatever. They're going to forgive me. Yeah, they've got you like a hamster on a wheel, just chasing after, there's no end in sight. There's no satisfaction. There's no completion. And for your second tea leaf fortune card, we have Hat, which says you will be playing a different role. And so to me, this is you sticking to that discipline, making the decision to forget them and walk away. You will be stepping into your power by letting go of this person, and you will be assuming the role of, the proprietor of your own life. And so I think this is a really powerful reading. I think this is very important. And I definitely think it's time for you to forget this person. So thank you for watching my Pile 1s. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected Pile 2, Positive Energy, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out if you should forgive or forget the person on your mind. So we're starting off your spread with the Strength card. And what I'm getting from this is absolutely yes, you can forgive this person. So the Strength card in like a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck is represented by someone who is basically like holding a lion's mouth closed. And so it's being able to overcome these difficult situations or tame maybe the wild parts of someone else, so that way they become, malleable, more compassionate, more kind-hearted, more like a pet, which is not to say that you're gonna like dog walk this person, but I think whatever struggles you're having with this person, if this person snapped at you, if they got a little too arrogant or big-headed, whatever it is, this is something that can be easily resolved. And I do think that this person has a lot of loyalty for you. Maybe this is someone that you have not really experienced conflict with in the past, and that's why this is kind of stressing you out. Like I've had a situation like this where one of my best friends, we've only had like kind of one maybe like friendship upset, and it was like completely just a miscommunication thing, and we were both feeling really bad about it, and then once we talked about it, it was fine. But I feel like that's almost like the vibe for this is like, yes, you had kind of like a disagreement with this person, but this is something that if you like came to this person and talked to them about it, they would want to work on it with you. Because again, I do think this person's very loyal to you. In this card, we have a little kitten. And in the next card, we have a puppy. So there's, you think of like man's best friend or the loyalty of pets. I think this person really is attached to you and does see you as someone they want to have in their life long term. And I think you both rely on each other for emotional support. So with the second card here being the Fool, this is all about new beginnings. And so, yes, you can resolve this situation. You have the emotional strength and resilience to resolve whatever this issue is between you and this person and start fresh. And also, I want to say we have two cards that are very bright yellow. And in color theory, yellow, is like associated with the smiley face. It's like happy colors. It's bright. It's sunlight. And so this is like very bright, powerful, loving, happy energy that is coming through here. And with the 10 of Cups in the middle of the spread, this is literally a card about happiness. And it's about creating happiness with someone that has known you for a while, someone that you have really intertwined your life with in some way. So again, like if this is your friend, this is someone that you've probably been friends with for a while, and they intend to stay in your life. They intend to, be in your life for years to come. Again, there's a lot of loyalty here, and this is definitely something you can overcome. This person wants to have you in their life and wants to make memories with you and enjoy life with you and be happy with you. And I think sometimes when, regardless of whether or not this is maybe your first tiff with this person, if you look at this card, there's twins on here. I think maybe sometimes because you're so alike, that's almost why you get upset with each other, or maybe that was the catalyst of this. It's kind of hard to accept maybe things that you don't like about yourself and other people, or vice versa. And with the 9 of Cups as the next card here, this is a card about wish fulfillment. I think a lot of you are wishing that this is something that can be resolved, and it is. This is also a card that can represent a feast or going out to dinner. And so my advice for you, if you haven't talked to this person at all yet, is I would reach out and maybe invite them to dinner, invite them over to eat, invite them out to a restaurant, make a reservation, and talk it out. I think it's going to go really well for you. And I think this person is very receptive to what your needs are, especially with the King of Pentacles at the end of your spread here. This person could be a Taurus or have a prominent Taurus placement in their natal chart, which is their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. But generally, they are embodying the King of Pentacles energy, which is someone who's very reliable, dependable, someone who really appreciates the finer things in life. And so maybe that's one of the things you bond over. That's why, honestly, I think taking this person to dinner is a good idea. Getting a good hearty meal into this person is going to make them very, amenable. So I think that that's really good. Another thing I will say about this, though, is Taurus is represented by the bull. One of kind of the negative traits of Taurus is that they're known to be stubborn. And so maybe that was one of the issues that came up here, is that this person was being really stubborn. But again, this person's also very loyal. So I think that they value their friendship with you over whatever it is that maybe they're being stubborn about, or they were being a little snooty about. So I think that definitely this person probably wants to reach out to you. I think both of you are willing to forgive each other. I think both of you have a lot of love for each other. And I think both of you are emotionally mature enough to sit down and have a conversation about whatever it is that you've been disagreeing about and move forward with your relationship with more confidence, because you know you are effectively able to communicate with each other whenever tension arises. So yeah, definitely I see this as a forgive them pile. And I think you'll be happier for it once this is resolved. So that's also coming through in the pile marker that you selected, which is chocolate mousse, positive energy. On the back of this card, it says, a time to move forward. Your confidence will grow as things start to improve for you and negative energies are left behind. Nothing can hold you back when you feel lighthearted and full of positive energy. Keep moving forward and seeing the light ahead. See life for what it is. Shed the old and embrace the new with a passion and confidence that will keep you centered and grounded. I am light. I mold into the world around me, and I get with everything that is good for me. I stay grounded in it all. So again, I think as long as you are approaching this situation with emotional maturity and with, compassion and understanding for this person, and you say, hey, this is what you did. This is why it emotionally hurt me, but I still really value our friendship, our relationship with Ever, and I want to move forward. I think this person is going to be completely okay with that and very apologetic and willing to, change their behavior and move forward with you. And that's also coming through in the tea leaf fortune cards that we pulled for this pile. So the first one is V, as in victory, and that's what it says on this card, victory in some endeavor. So again, if you confront this person, if you ask to speak with them, this will end up well for you. Another thing I'm getting here is this V looks like a ram head, like the sign for Aries. So, like I said before, this person probably does have a Taurus placement, but Aries and Taurus are right next to each other on the zodiac wheel. So, maybe this person was kind of born on like the Aries Taurus cusp, which would be like late April ish, like April 20th, around there. Um, but they don't have to be. A lot of Aries have Taurus placements, a lot of Tauruses have Aries placements. So I think for a lot of you, that is a clue just to reconfirm that this is who we're talking about. And for the second tea leaf fortune card, we got love, deep affection, and caring. So again, I think both of you really care strongly about each other. You want to be able to move forward in this relationship, and because of that, you are both receptive to hearing each other out and changing your behavior and moving forward with whatever this is. So again, this is definitely someone you can forgive. I suggest taking them out to dinner, having a good talk about it, and continuing to love each other and cultivate your relationship with this person. So thank you for watching my pile twos. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 3, family, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out if you should forgive or forget the person that is on your mind. So we're starting off your spread with temperance. And especially when this comes to conflict or between two choices, I see this as maybe it's better to not really do a whole lot right now. And that's kind of the vibe of your whole pile to me, is that you shouldn't forgive this person necessarily, but you also don't need to completely cut them out. And I feel that for most of you, the person that you're asking about is maybe like a coworker or a boss. So maybe generally you're asking about your workplace. Should I forgive this coworker, this boss that maybe has betrayed me or is really difficult to work with? Or should I forget them? Should I get a new job? Should I ask to move departments, whatever it is? And I think what the universe with the cards here are advising is that you really need to be very objective and unsentimental, unemotional when it comes to dealing with this person, because I do feel like probably you will have to interact with this person, especially if they are a coworker. This is someone that you will see regularly, and you're being told, think logically about it. And that's what's coming through with the King of Swords as the next card here. So you could be an Aquarius or have a prominent Aquarius placement in your natal chart. That would be your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or your Venus sign, or the person that you're asking about could be an Aquarius. But I'm really seeing this card as the advice for you. You need to embody this King of Swords energy, which is someone who is very logical. King of Swords is all about mental fortitude. This is not someone who is making decisions based on their emotions. So this is someone that you're upset at. Maybe you wish that you could just slap them. Maybe you wish you could tell them off, but you're really being advised not to, and to be very careful with what words you select. And swords represent the element of air, right? And you think about butterflies, which are on this card. Butterflies are insects that fly through the air, but they're very beautiful. They're very delicate. And so there's this fine line of, yes, you can be very sharp and very intentional with your words, but also have them come across as being very carefully selected, as being kind, as being beautiful for what you're conveying. And so I think this is saying there is a way to interact with the person that you're asking about where you're not necessarily forgiving them for the things that they've done poorly to you, but you are also not giving them a reaction that is going to negatively reflect on you later. So again, like I said, if this is someone that you work with, let's say you have a coworker who they blamed you for something that wasn't your fault. And if you were to
crash out and like go around the office and be like, I can't believe this person did this to me, then that would probably make you look a little crazy. But if you just interact with them very normally, but you keep them at an emotional distance, like you don't trust this person, you're not confiding in them, you're not trying to be best friends with them, but you keep it very cordial and very professional, then you're not really giving them any leverage to like try to make you look worse. You know what I mean? So I think that's really the best course of action for you to take in this situation. And with the Three of Pentacles in the middle of your spread, this is why I'm getting pretty strongly that this is a workplace situation, because I do see the Three of Pentacles as representing work. And a lot of times this can be like someone admiring someone else's work. And so I feel like for a lot of you, the conflict in this is that this person is jealous of like your work ethic or your output or the recognition you get for the things that you put effort into. And so if you kind of ignore whatever this person did to you and you just kind of hold them at an emotional distance, you keep it real cute, you keep it professional with them, and you keep doing you, you are going to continue to get praise, and people aren't going to look at you crazy for like crashing out because of this person. So you're really being advised, just keep doing you, keep showing up for yourself, keep doing your own work, keep doing what you were going to do. Don't give this person any more of your emotional energy, but also don't be really rude to them if they try to talk to you. Just act unaffected. Keep it really cordial, keep it professional, because the next card we have here in the spread is the Star. And if you know anything about tarot, in the sequence of cards, the Star comes after the Tower. And the Tower is probably like the scariest card to get in a tarot reading because it's kind of these shocking, like devastating changes. But the Star coming after it, the Star is like a healing card. This is your wishes coming true. This is, things that felt hurt before coming together. And so I see this as healing of whatever this relationship is or whatever this situation is. So even if you feel like this person tried to sabotage you or they're making you look bad, if you continue to just focus on yourself and not really feed into the drama with this person, this situation will heal itself. I think that people will continue to see that you are doing a great job, and they will not really give credence to any negative thing that this person maybe says about you or whatever kind of like negative spin they try to put on the situation. And with the High Priestess at the very end of your spread here, I really see that as confirmation, because the High Priestess can be about, hey, you don't really need to take action. Just continue being yourself, trust your gut. Don't make any sudden moves because it's going to work out how it's supposed to work out, basically. And so overall, I would say I'm really seeing your reading not being, I wouldn't forgive them necessarily. But also, I don't think you have the option to completely forget this person because it seems like you're bound together maybe by the workplace. And so the best course of action is to just kind of detach from the situation and continue to focus on yourself, because they're going to start to look like the crazy one if you're just like, okay, well, I don't, whatever. I'm going to keep doing really great work, and this person can continue to talk trash about me or try to sabotage me or whatever, but it's only making them look bad. And with your pile marker that you selected, this is wedding chocolate. It says family. And on the back of the card, it says a happy family life is around you. Whether you are partnered or single, this card refers to parents, siblings, children, and friendships. You are emotionally and spiritually fulfilled, and love abounds. Live in the moment and seize the day. Carpe diem. Make sure you share the good energy you are radiating with those around you. Your personality is infectious at the moment, and you are helping people who are feeling down without even realizing you are doing so. I enjoy a happy family life. I am blessed with good family and friends, and I share my love all around. So to me, the thing that really stands out to me about this is that you are supposed to be sharing good energy. So you should not be, attacking this person. Like I said, you need to take on that kind of King of Swords neutrality. You need to have your words to be butterflies and not, eagles or like, fire breathing dragons. You need them to be, you need to be expressing decorum when it comes to interacting with this person. And ultimately, I think because you are spreading positive energy, people are going to naturally kind of take your side, especially if you continue to do the great work it seems like you're doing, especially with the Three of Pentacles here, because the Three of Pentacles can be about people really recognizing and appreciating the work that you do. So I think as long as you continue to stay in this positive energy and not feed into the drama that you have with this person, this situation will only improve for you and kind of make this person look crazy. And that's also coming through in the tea leaf fortune cards that we pulled for this pile. So the first one is haystack, and this says karma. You will reap what you have sown. So again, now is not the time to overly react. It's not the time to try to get revenge on this person. It's time to just keep your head down, keep doing your work. You don't need to be overly nice to this person. You don't need to sacrifice your own boundaries to make them feel comfortable. But now's not the time to start an argument with this person, because whatever energy that you are putting out here will come back to you. And I think the same thing for this person. If this person's being very negative, if they're speaking poorly about you, it will reflect poorly on them. And for your second tea leaf fortune card, we got pin, which says new job / career. So for some of you, I think this is maybe you will end up being offered like a promotion, or maybe you end up getting a new job because of the hard work that you've been putting in. So it's best to not maybe burn your bridges. Maybe this is like a boss or something, and you kind of need them to write you like a good recommendation letter, even though you hate them and they're terrible. And so keeping calm and not, feeding into their drama is ultimately going to serve you better, so you can continue to grow in your career and in yourself. So overall, I would say don't forgive, but maybe act like you've forgiven. And don't forget, just keep playing the long game, keep putting out good energy, hold this person at an emotional distance, don't let your emotions get the best of you, keep focusing on yourself, and it will work out for you in the end. So that's your advice, my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 4, creativity, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out if you should forgive or forget the person that is on your mind. So we're starting off your spread with the 5 of Swords. And wow, the person that hurt you, they really set out to hurt you. I mean, if you even look at this card, it's someone who is the person in the foreground has these 5 swords. There's these 2 people behind them. And to me, this is a card that is really about betrayal. It's stabbing someone in the back to basically try to advance yourself. But the other side of this card is that a lot of the times it indicates that the person thinks they won the war, but in actuality, they only won the battle. Sometimes serving your own self-interest, is not going to really make you friends in the long run or help you propel yourself forward in the way you want. If you have to use other people's backs to get ahead, or you have to, propel yourself off of other people who are trying to help you, you're going to live a very unsatisfying life. And so I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone that you put a lot of trust in, who kind of intentionally set out to hurt you. I think this person wants to see you crumble. They want you to be really upset or sad without them in your life. And with the 7 of Cups in reverse next in your spread, the 7 of Cups upright is a card that's all about illusions. It's thinking that all that glitters is gold, and not understanding that just because something looks good or feels good doesn't mean that there's no, stipulations that are like hiding underneath. And so with this card being in reversed, it's like the breaking of illusions. And I think this applies to both you and the person that you're asking about. So for you, you're really realizing this person's true colors. Maybe you romanticized your relationship with them, whether or not that was actually a romantic relationship. Maybe you kind of held them to a high regard in your mind, and now you're realizing, wait, this person doesn't have any integrity. They're not very kind. And I think for them, for this person that you're asking about, the illusion is shattering that you need them, that you needed them in order to thrive, in order to succeed. And I think the way that you shatter this illusion for them is by continuing to like show up and be awesome. In the words of Beyonce, best revenge is your paper. So I'm really getting from this pile that you should not forgive this person and you should not forget them. If anything, you should use their betrayal as like motivation for you to continue to improve yourself, because this person wants you to fail. You're using your haters as motivators, as they say. So I really think that you are taking this issue as a reason to continue to work on yourself and improve, and you're only going to level up. And that's coming through in the card in the middle of your spread here, which is the World. The World is the last card in the major arcana of the tarot. So this is really big accomplishments. This is like endings leading into new beginnings. It's leveling up. It's stepping into your power. And so this is you like really figuring out what kind of life you want to live and making that a reality away from this person. And the World can also represent endings. So by letting go of this person, you are stepping in, like I said, to your own power. You are creating the kind of world that you want to live in, the future you want to live in. And trust me, this person is going to hear about it. This person is watching. Maybe they are stalking you on social media, especially with the Ace of Swords here. Sometimes I can see the Swords cards as being about like someone watching you online, but the Ace of Swords is also like incoming communication or messages. And so I think this person, they're probably stalking you online, but they're probably also hearing from mutual friends like what you're up to. Maybe they're asking about you, and what they want to hear is that, oh, this person is like so sad, they're so depressed, they can't do anything. And what they're going to hear is like, oh, they're doing great. They got a new degree, they got a new job, they're going on vacation, they're going on dates, they accomplished this, that, and that. And that is just going to make this person angry. But it's like, you probably wouldn't be as devoted to getting your life together and proving them wrong had they not betrayed you or hurt you in some way. And with the Knight of Pentacles at the end of your spread here, this is you. This is someone who is not afraid to put into the work to go the distance and build the kind of life that they want. So for a lot of you, you could be Virgos or have a prominent Virgo placement in your natal chart. That would be your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, and Venus sign. I'm also getting Capricorn here, so very earth sign heavy. But I think regardless of whether or not you are an earth sign or you have a prominent earth placement in your natal chart, you are someone who has the stability and the stamina and the fortitude of an earth sign, which is why you are going to continue to grow and evolve. While this person is just like, this person is less interested in actually doing the work and more interested in just being able to like, propagate themselves. And they just want to be able to say that they've accomplished something, but they don't want to actually do the work to accomplish something. And so they're going to be very jealous seeing you continue to glow up and grow and get these new opportunities. And that's honestly your best revenge on this person. And I think that's also coming through in the pile marker you selected here, which is Chocolate Sundae Creativity. On the back of this card, it says, unleash your creativity and open your mind to positive energy, and things around you start to fall into place. Join an art class, redecorate your home, update your wardrobe, or change your career so you may feel freer to live your own life in your own creative style. Creativity comes naturally to me. I'm open to new ideas and concepts. I enjoy the satisfaction that comes with my creativity. So again, I think really the message here is continue to focus on yourself, continue to thrive, continue to do the things that maybe this person told you you'd never be able to do, and prove them wrong. You got to get a little creative with your revenge. You got to use this betrayal that happened to you as motivation to get better. This reminds me a lot of it's kind of like the classic story of a breakup, right? I think a lot of people say this where, maybe a girl's dating a guy and he's kind of a terrible partner. He takes her for granted. He's rude to her. He insults her. He puts her down. And then they break up and she starts going to the gym. She gets her body's right. She goes back to school. She gets a new degree. She gets a new job. She starts really investing in her friends and hobbies. She's traveling more. And he's like, what the hell? Because, he was just siphoning her energy in the relationship. He doesn't improve himself at all. And so I feel like that's the vibe of this pile, is that you don't need to forgive this person. And you also don't need to forget them. You don't need to punish them, because being themselves is punishment enough, because you're going to continue to grow and thrive, and they have to be who they are. And that's also being reflected in the tea leaf fortune cards we pulled for this pile. So the first one is grasshopper, and this says situations and the balance that require careful handling. So I feel like the careful handling here is that, again, don't forgive this person, but don't forget them either. And, don't let their words make you feel defeated. Let them make you feel motivated to prove them wrong and to continue to grow and live the kind of life that you can live only when you're not being bogged down by this person and their negative energy. We also have frying pan, which says trouble and accusation. So I think this is what this person put you through. Maybe they accused you of something. Maybe they said you're not good enough, you're not XYZ enough, you could never accomplish this, but they were trying to knock down your self-esteem, I really feel. And so overall, this pile, don't forgive, don't forget, just keep doing you, and know that it's going to make them mad. It's going to make them mad seeing you thrive, and that's the best revenge. So that is it for your reading my pile fours. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.